Hello there and welcome. What's up, Tiger Gang? It's JT here. Welcome to day one of Plan for Success. Create the life you want. 2024 is cool. It's approaching very fast. There's about 60 days left in this year, and I think it's very important that we use this 60 days to our full advantage and give us some momentum to go into 2024. So I'm going to go through this lesson that I have written for you guys. This is day one, and let's get right into it. You guys get intentional with your life. Start stretching yourself and get uncomfortable. Create the life you desire, the life you want. Even if life is going well for you, it can always be better. Better is a beautiful word. No matter how good or great something is, it can always be better. To make something great, you take something that's really good already and you make small improvements on it. That's what makes something great. Now, don't just gather the information and listen. You want to be seeking for the one idea you can take and implement in your life immediately. Okay. It's about shifting your paradigm, shifting how you perceive yourself. Understanding is the key to freedom. We must seek to truly understand. When you understand what a paradigm is and how the mind works, you're on the way to freedom. I'm telling you, you're on the pathway, and you'll be on the pathway to creating your own economy, creating the life that you want. You got to learn the steps and the processes to shifting your paradigm, okay? You got to So let's take a deep dive into these steps right now and the processes to change your paradigm. The first thing is it's all about awareness. That's the first step in shifting your paradigm and creating a life of abundance, creating the life you want. You have to become aware of your current beliefs and the thought patterns. Do not ignore them. Please don't ignore them. Take time to reflect on your attitudes, your disciplines, your behaviors, and the results that you're getting in every area of your life. It sounds easy to do, but it's also easy to not do. Take time to reflect on these things. Do your behaviors scream success? Ask yourself, what limiting beliefs and behaviors might be holding me back? Become aware of them. Now that you're aware of them, you can identify limiting beliefs and behaviors. Once you're aware of the thought patterns, you can identify the specific beliefs that are limiting your growth. Beliefs could be about money or self worth. Now you're identifying with them, you are aware of them. So if you need to pause this video on a replay, take time to pause it and identify these behaviors, and so you become aware of them and then pick up where we're leaving off. Now that leads to starting to replacing these limiting beliefs. We want to get rid of them, replacing them with empowering beliefs. So we're going to create affirmations. We want to write out the affirmations. We want to say them out loud. Record yourself saying them and play that back over and over. Because repetition, I think you guys heard me say it before, is the first law of learning. So we want to repeat these new affirmations, these new beliefs. These affirmations have to reflect, though, the new beliefs that you want to accept and adopt. For example, let's say you have a limiting belief about money. You have scarcity in your heart when it comes to money. Every time you feel that scarcity, I want you to replace it with an affirmation. It could be like, I am financially abundant. Money flows to me easily and effortlessly. Or, I absolutely love that money flows to me easily. Or, I have the best relationship with money. Money loves me. Money is attracted to me. You can replace any of those limiting beliefs with something more empowering, just like I just gave you an example of. Every time you have a limiting belief about money, say that out loud with emotion, or you can say it in your mind if someone's around and you might feel a little embarrassed. But get in the habit of rejecting the limiting beliefs and reaffirming the new beliefs. That leads to the next step, folks. It's the repetition and visualization. Repetition is the key to shifting a paradigm. You have to make sure you are repeating the affirmations daily and creating new habits. Fall in love with repetition. People who are high achievers, like pro athletes, They have fallen in love with doing something with repetition over and over again, like practicing the same shot over and over again. Um, I think it was Bruce Lee. He said that he wasn't worried about his opponent who practiced a lot, but he was worried about his opponent who practiced one move a lot, because that one move practiced with the repetition could take you down real good. Your paradigm hates repetition. It's going to tell you, no, I said this before. I said these affirmations before. We've listened to this before. I've seen this before. That's it's going to fight you against repetition. The paradigm doesn't want the repetition, because repetition is how you form a new paradigm, and your old paradigm's not going to like that. So every time someone says that you're, um, every time they say that they're just, they say that, oh, I've seen this before, something, that's them displaying their level of ignorance. Okay, they have to understand that repetition is the key. You need to hear it over and over again. So keep repeating it, folks, all day long. I'm doing auto suggestion. That's what I do, if you guys are wondering, which is a suggestion to yourself from yourself, and it's a habit now. Not a morning routine, it's a habit. It's a daily thing that I'm doing all day long, folks. People ask me why I'm talking to myself sometimes. It's for two reasons. One, I like talking to an intelligent person, and two, I like having an intelligent conversation. Now, I'm not being conceited, and that's not a joke. It sounds like a joke, but it's called self-talk, and my self-talk is through the roof. I'm trying to make sure that I've got a good self-talk to myself. So, if you want to earn more money for yourself, talk better to yourself. Let your self talk be through the roof. Like I said, be very mindful of it. That's why I say that, okay? Visualization techniques are important as well. You have to imagine yourself living the life you desire, living the life you want. Visualize your success and feeling the emotions associated with it, living in the end, basically living from the end result. When you say that prayer, say amen as if it's already been done, folks. Physically go to the places of abundance. If you can't visit a place physically, go there mentally in your mind, but it's very important to do. Then start spending large amounts of money in your mind, okay? And get into that feeling, to the new paradigm you're creating. So just, let's say you pick $10,000 and say, I'm gonna spend, I'm gonna give $500 for this person for rent. I'm gonna pick up $500 worth of this. I'm gonna buy a $2,000 necklace for my wife. Just spend the $10,000 in your mind. Okay, you got to start getting in that habit. Remind yourself, okay? Set a timer on your phone and remind yourself every couple hours to see and feel your goal. Pick a goal and make sure it's big, and set that timer and remind yourself of it. You got to see it and feel it. Fill your subconscious with what you want, okay? Now, next step, let's get to it. One of the most important things you can do is surround yourself with the right people. You can pay to surround yourself with the right people these days. You can get in support groups and all sorts of stuff that's really going to help you thrive. But it's important to surround yourself with the right people. Consciousness is contagious. Okay, it's very contagious. You can be around a toxic individual that brings you down, or you can be around someone who lifts you up and takes you to the next level. Be very mindful of the consciousness and who else's energy and consciousness you're around. Associate yourself with people that have the consciousness and mindset that you want. Surround yourself with positive people, folks. Let's continue. That will reinforce your new paradigm that you want. Surrounding yourself with people who think alike, who will lift you up, who will support you, that will reinforce the new paradigm. And that's very important. So, who are you surrounding yourself with now? Ask yourself that. Are you surrounding yourself with people who are positive and have a positive energy, and they want to lift others up? Or are you surrounded yourself with negative people? Ask yourself that. Your environment is ultimately your destiny. So surround yourself with greatness, because some of it is bound to rub off. That's why you want to buy as many books as you can. Some of that information is bound to rub off on you, folks. It's bound to. Get around people that have a different level of awareness and understanding. Get into the spirit of their energy. Think from their perspective. If you're having a hard time with your new paradigm, try to think from someone else's perspective. You meet someone and say, well, how do you approach things? And get into their energy. When you get around elite performers and people who know this material, the energy is different. The conversations are different, and you want to get around that. That's positive for you. That's going to help the new paradigm. Get some good mentorship or some good reading, some good coaching. Go to people who can give you specialized knowledge, folks. Okay, that's a critical point in this whole process. You want to have specialized knowledge. There's nothing wrong with being coached. I was coached and I had a great coach. Then be patient, but be persistent. You have to have urgency, but in a calm, confident manner. You want to be calm and confident. Okay, we don't want to be rushing around, because then when you rush around like a chick with your head cut off, you give away your power. Okay, don't dig up your spiritual seeds. And what I mean by that is your idea, your goal. An idea is a spiritual seed. So when you plant that seed, all you have to do is hold the image of it in your mind and the feeling of having it, and then let it grow. Continue to take inspired action and let God do the work, folks. Plant the seed and let God grow the tree. Let Him do the hard work. He's here to lift you up. Now, be patient with yourself, okay? And stay committed to the process, even when you're facing challenges, especially when you're facing challenges or setbacks. If you're not seeing the fruits of your labor every time you question or doubt it, you're digging back up the seed, then you have to replant it. So we're working against ourselves if we doubt ourselves. Plant the seed and have faith, folks. So don't doubt anything. And if you do have doubts, you should have doubts about your doubts. Doubt your doubts, folks, but trust the process, okay? Now, next thing, you have to take inspired action. I said earlier, you're not just here to gather information and or to be entertained, okay? You're here to take inspired action on one idea that inspires you, your goal, a big goal. Then take action and go for it. Don't settle. Don't get comfortable. Don't question yourself. Okay, make sure your self-talk is amazing. Like I said, make sure your self-talk to yourself is through the roof. To shift your beliefs, you have to take action. That's aligned with the new mindset, the new image you're holding in your mind. Your mind is your image maker. So you have to take actions that are going to go towards the new goal, even if they feel uncomfortable or different. Actions have to reflect the new paradigm. The old conditioning is outdated. It's old. It's junk. It's like an old software, like Windows 95. It's outdated. But that Windows 95, that old conditioning, that old paradigm, it wants to stay there, and it wants to stay in control. Okay, so you have to live from the new conditioning, the new paradigm. If you don't, you're living a lie, and that starts to chip away at your new image you're creating. So if you have in your mind that you're going to do this goal and you don't actually take steps towards it, you're going to start chipping away at your confidence because you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing and what you know you could be doing. Okay, the image is the foundation to your new results. Remember, you want a strong, beautiful, healthy foundation. Okay, shifting your paradigm is a continuous process. There is no graduation. I'm going to be working on my shifting my paradigm for my entire life until I'm dead, and you folks will be too if you're doing things right. You'll always be shifting paradigms. Okay, the goal is to align your beliefs with your desired outcome. Okay, let's continue. Create empowering thoughts and affirmations, and reject anything else that is not in harmonious vibration with what you want. If it's not in vibration with your new attitude, reject it. And you'll create a more fulfillment, all sorts of fulfillment in your life. You'll have such a fulfilling life if you create more empowering thoughts for yourself, okay? And it all comes down to one thing. It comes down to focus. Focus is a superpower, and it's a mental muscle that you can develop. Okay? It's like going to the gym and working out. The more you practice focusing, the more you're going to work out that mental muscle. If you don't have focus towards what you desire, you're going to be settling in your life. When you settle, you lose. Okay. We don't want to do that. We don't want to settle. We want to keep our standards up and hold on to them no matter what. Okay. Focus is putting your power and intention into something. Something, hopefully, it's something you want and not what you don't want, because it works both ways. If you put your intentions on things that you don't want, um, tho- those will be delivered just as quick as something you do want. So be very careful. This superpower is a double-edged blade. It works both ways, folks. Okay. Um, Ask yourself, where is my focus? You should really ask yourself that question. Even if you need to pause this on the replay, ask yourself, where is my focus? Is it on the news? Is it on sports and what notifications you're getting on your phone? Is it on what the neighbors are doing? Is it on all sorts of BS outside of your control? Or is it right on what you want it to be, your goal? Nothing can distract you but for one thing, your goal. Your goal is a distraction from all other distractions. That's what it is. If you've got a great goal, there's nothing that can distract you. You won't want to watch a game or watch a movie that's going to take you away from your goal. Spending time with trying to accomplish your goal. So your goal is the ultimate distraction. So if you let your mind wander, if you start to settle and shrink, you will never attract what you want. You have to focus, because you attract what you're in vibration with. Okay, you attract what you're thinking, what you're focusing on. That is the law of attraction. Distraction is the ultimate enemy of attraction. Make a commitment for 2024 to give up everything that isn't necessary, or for what is necessary. Okay, make that commitment for 2024. If it's not necessary, it's not going to help you get towards your goal. Give it up and keep what is necessary and what will help you towards your goal. Ask yourself, what do I need to give up right now to create more focus in my life? You should really ask yourself that question. Is it watching too much TV? You want to give that up? Is it excuses? Having excuses? Do you want to give up making excuses? Is it a toxic relationship you're in that you want to give up that's taking a lot of energy and time out of your life? Are you drinking or using drugs too much? It's something I did at a point in my life. Okay. We got to ask ourselves these questions. Are you not working out enough? Are you not um, working at your goal enough? Are you pointing fingers? Do you have a bad attitude? Are you talking down to yourself? Remember that self-talk should be through the roof. It should be good self-talk. Folks, there's 60 days left in 2023. We want to sprint into the new year with momentum. Um, and the momentum for 2024, it starts right now. If you want momentum for next year, it starts right now. There's 60 days left. Now we want to implement the law of sacrifice. There's a law called the law of sacrifice. The law of sacrifice states that you're giving up something of a low nature to receive something of a high nature. That's what you need to do. Tell yourself, I'm going to do this. Use your willpower and get yourself there. Okay. Create a new paradigm and expectation. Create a new expectation. Okay. That will let you lead yourself your whole life, these new set of standards, this new expectations. A mindset. You want a mindset of abundance and prosperity. Will your way to a new level of focus that you will keep. One of the things my coach always suggested was to light a candle, and now is a great time of year to do that. It's Halloween. Light a candle and focus on the flame. And whenever you find yourself thinking of something other than the flame and looking at the flame, your mind has wandered. Your focus has broken, and that's okay. Put it back on the flame and practice, or even put a dot on the wall and focus on the dot and see how long you can. It seems stupid, it seems crazy, but that really is your focus. How well can you focus on that flame, that dot, without letting your mind wander? Okay. Um, you want to drown out anyone or anything that will distract you or threaten your focus. Okay. All the wants in the world, I mean, it can't drown you. Okay. All these things outside of you, all the BS, all the water in the world couldn't drown you unless you let it in. Okay. all the distractions in the world couldn't distract you unless you let it in, folks. Okay. So we don't want to let negativity in. We don't want to let criticism in, or condemnation. We want to protect our new obsession, okay, which is our goal, a good, healthy goal. It's okay to have a good, healthy obsession, okay? We want to put our blinders on, okay? And we put these blinders on and just focus, keep all the other distractions out. We want to focus on the attainment of our goal, our goal for 2024, okay? We want to focus with an intensity that is bordering obsession, okay? A healthy obsession, okay? Um, Once the goal is set, move forward with persistence and tenacity, okay? The last couple months of the year are here, okay? And we have time to do this yet. That's why I'm doing this right now. I want you guys to have enough time, the 60 days, 60 something days left this year. I want you guys to have the time to really think about this, and so you can sprint into 2024. And ooh, I'm telling you, you're going to just love it. Now, we want to finish the race, okay? Today is day one, though. Okay, it's important to do and think about this right now. Most people this time of the year, they're gonna slow down. They say, "Well, the holidays are here, and I'm gonna relax." And now is not the time to slow down. Now is the time to hit the gas, folks. Okay, but winners don't slow down. The winners speed up. When they see the finish line, that's when they gas it. Okay, when they see the home stretch, that's when they put the most into it. That's what a winner does. Okay, they speed up their expectations. They speed up their beliefs. They double down on their mentorships, their coaching. Everyone should have a good coach. There's nothing wrong with being coached, folks, okay? But don't wait until January like most people do, like the masses do. Um, Momentum is earned. The 2024 momentum is earned now, okay? It's earned right now, not in 2024. You're going to earn that momentum right now in 2023, okay? Um, if you're going to start setting goals in 2024, you're already behind the ball, and you're not working with momentum. World class performers know that. They create such an intense level of concentration that they can overcome their challenges. And you know, world class performers, they have adversities too. They come across challenges. But they overcome them to achieve their goal. Your goal is the last thing that you should think of before you go to sleep, and it should be the first thing that hits your mind, that smacks you in the mind when you wake up, okay? You want to wake up every day thinking about winning and go to bed dreaming of winning, okay? That's a great life to be living, okay? You want to use your imagination, you want to dream. Now, someone's probably asking, well, how the hell do you do that? How the hell do I do that? Well, I'll tell you, this is how, okay? This is how I do it. Create emotional motivators, okay? Top level people are motivated naturally by their dreams, by their passions, by their desires. Their desires are through the roof, just like their self-talk. Their desire drives them in everything they do. Like I said, when they wake up, it's the first thing that smacks them in the mind, and when they go to bed, it's the last thing they think about. It's what they desire. It's a huge goal in their life. It's a passion for them. External motivation, which is it's good to have external motivation, but that doesn't last. Okay, what we want is internal motivation. This video is external motivation. You could play this and get excited and get hyped up, but that hype will eventually fade if you don't internally start motivating yourself as well. You can't just let me motivate you. You've got to, once I motivate you, you got to keep on that fire and then motivate yourself. Okay. And cool thing about internal motivation, it's almost impossible to exhaust that fuel. And that fuel probably won't get exhausted until you achieve that goal. And then you'll set a new goal, and then you'll be refilled up. That's really easy. So pep talks are great. These videos are great, but they're short lived. So you have to keep that internal motivation. Okay. What is your emotional motivators? Is it your kids? Is it freedom? Um, is it experiences? Is it being more fulfilled? What are those emotional motivators for you? You need to pause this video on the replay and think about that and write it out. Please do that, and then continue here. Um, those emotional motivators, they'll drive you. They are the fuel to your engine. The secret to motivating yourself and others is discovering what you're fighting for. Okay, it could be your kids, like I mentioned. So if you find what you're fighting for, that's how you're going to motivate yourself and others. Okay, when things get tough, what are your core values? What are your standards? What are you fighting for every day? Move from logic based motivators to emotional based motivators. Doing this will not allow outside distractions to distract you. Hold your truth. Consciousness is contagious, like I said. Be mindful of where you are and your focus and where your focus is and who you are surrounded by. So I really suggest you guys get some coaching, read some books and take some time to find yourself, to understand yourself, to um hopefully figure out what you want for 2024, okay? Um this can be taught to children, okay? Until the age of 6, kids are natural born geniuses. They can learn 14 different languages if they're all spoken in the house. It's not a problem for a child to learn this stuff. Teach it to your kids if you have them. And then if they're old enough, have them teach it back to you. So um, you can practice this with them, and then you'll see how easy it is to understand this concept, because even kids can understand this concept. So, folks, this is a day one lesson here. I uh I will be back with day 2. I will take some questions right now. If any of you guys have questions for just the first lesson here, please let me know. I'm here. Otherwise, I will wrap this video up if you guys do not have any questions. And then there's going to be a day 2 and a day 3, because this is a very important topic and I want you guys to get momentum for 2024. So I'm seeing you guys in there. I'm not seeing any questions here, folks. Um, but I do want to encourage you guys to take this last 60 days of the year very seriously and sprint into the new year. You want to sprint into the new year. That when you take my advice and you start implementing this stuff, especially over the next couple days when I give you all these lessons, you're going to be so glad when you hit 2024. You're going to be like, wow, I really do have momentum. I'm glad I didn't slow down. I'm glad I didn't take it easy. So there we go. Folks, please replay this lesson. Okay, that's the first law of learning is repetition. Thank you. I see you guys looking forward to the rest of it. Yes, I will be back with lesson 2 today. This is a different type of video. It's a coaching video. It's about personal development, folks. Okay, and we're going to take this in small increments. I don't want to give you guys an hour's worth of information, because I bet you even right now, just that 30 minutes that I was talking, your hand will probably cramp if you take enough proper notes. So I will be back tomorrow, and we will go on with lesson 2, day 2 of Plan for Success. Create the life you want, folks. But thanks for watching, folks. I hope you have a great day and replay this back and take some notes. Thank you and goodbye.